Does the house spirits exist? And what should I do if there is knocking or creaking in the house, even though you pray and take communion? What to do in this situation? In the form commonly understood by people, no, it doesn't exist. But there's a but. What kind of but? The spiritual world is dualistic, and it's much more complicated than we think. The Bible tells us that God created His creation and it manifests in many profound ways. There's a spiritual world, and we call these beings angels. Among the angels, some remain faithful to God, while others have fallen away from Him. We briefly call these fallen angels demons. So, demons exist. We've all been raised with caricatures of demons from books we read in school during Soviet times. Remember Gogol's Evening on a Farm near Dikanka? The demon there is depicted as fool, a silly character, but that's not true at all. The devil exists and he is very powerful and far from foolish. He possesses something we don't have. Your and my experiences are limited to a lifespan of 70, 80 years, but he's immortal. He has been honing his skills on us for millennia. He has refined techniques, refined methods. He knows us very well. If you read the Bible, starting from the first temptation of Adam and Eve, and not just what it externally described, but the psychological tricks used by the devil, it's astonishing how skillfully and subtly he always acts. He knows how to manipulate situations, and he plays along with us. He interacts with each person individually and deepens their belief. For instance, if someone believes in house spirits, he will play along with their belief. He'll even appear as a house spirit or whatever else the person believes in, strengthening their faith in it. Another person might believe that psychics can heal. Well, the devil will act in such a way that this person gets more enlightened in that belief. He works deeply and individually with each of us. So while house spirits don't exist, demons exploit our weaknesses and foolishness and drawing us into lies. That's why there might be knocking and other strange things happening. I know what that's like. I've experienced it myself. Knocking and other such things can happen. How should you respond? The first and most important rule is don't. His first trap is to draw attention to himself. Ignore him. Just ignore him. Pay no attention to any of it. That's the first and most important thing. From the smallest to the greatest, from the simplest to the deepest matters. The Holy Fathers say that when fighting sinful thoughts, the best approach is not to engage with them. They say, pay them no mind. Simply redirect your thoughts to something else. Organize your thoughts by thinking properly, directing them to the right things, prayer and contemplating of God. That way, there will be no room left for evil thoughts. That's how. So in this case, that's the answer to the question.